Welcome to Big Boss Battle. My name is Removal Sanity, and today we are looking at Masquerada Songs and Shadows from developer Witching Hour Studios for the Xbox One. So, what is Masquerada? This game is actually quite hard to describe. It's a fusion of cartoon board storytelling mixed with a Dragon Age combat system, all kind of put into a Venetian cloak and dagger style fantasy, with a very much a what's the best operatic sound throughout the game. So if this sounds something that you'd enjoy, it's probably worth a look. So what is the premise of the game? Well, you play as Cicero. You have been asked by the current leader to come to the city and find a missing person of importance. Now, this sounds like a very simple request. However, you are the brother of a revolutionary who died some years earlier and almost brought the current city to its knees. So there's a lot of people who actually distrust you, and for some reason you have been tasked, in charge of this investigation, which also confuses a lot of the local dignitaries. And this leads me on to the gameplay. Now, Masquerada offers truly intelligent game design that understands how to make the gameplay reinforce and support the game's narrative. The game's combat feels like one of those real-time but pause whenever you like RPG systems. Like I said earlier, Dragon Age. Each battle will play out quite quickly if you let it. Alternatively, you can pause the action at any point and issue orders to your NPC comrades. Truth be told, the system is quite simple and it's not the highlight of the game. In some cases, I rarely ever used it. It's only really on the big boss battles that I actually pause a game and specifically tell my comrades what to do and when. Now, there is another part of the actual combat, and this is the actual attacking system itself. The other reason that Masquerada benefits from its combat system is in helping to build the personalities of each character which joins your group, as all of these characters have different styles and different magical abilities, and these can combine with each other to provide some truly powerful combinations. But also this helps distinguish each character from another and gives them personality. It is really a beautiful game, and the combat system is a joy to play. I was really visually drawn into this, and it really did work well. The system is smooth, it's very easy to operate, and the actual abilities you can choose or modify on the fly is very quick and simple. The variety of these magical abilities is really good. Now, also besides these magical abilities, as you progress through the game, you can collect masks which augment your overall, what I call it, your special power. Now, this special power happens as you build up your combat. As you attack, it builds up this special power which you can then use. Now, for in the case of my character, it was a complete freezing spell which throws everybody in a very large vicinity, and thus helped me do even more damage to them. But there are varying masks which varies from buffing your character to healing others to firing meteors down around you. Visually, these magical powers was superb, and they were very easy to use whenever I felt like it. As you progress through this ever darkening investigation, you pick up NPC comrades who will help you progress through the game. Now, there's a slight difference in terms of what I mean about that, because every NPC, every enemy, every comrade has special abilities, and this is due with the precious masks that they can wear. Now, these masks provide a certain amount of resource and magical powers to the wearer. However, there is a catch. When you die, these masks die with you and fade into oblivion. One of the side stories is that there is an incredible shortage of these masks, and there is basically a sub-faction called the Mask Runners who seem to be stealing and gaining more masks. And one of the areas is that you have to try and work out where they're getting these masks from and how to capture them. So as you can see, it starts to develop into quite an intricate storyline, and I will tell you, it gets incredibly darker as you progress. There was a mini downside with the game, and this was the fact of your objectives. You are pretty much shoved from one path to another. It is very linear. In terms of where you can go, the map is pretty restrictive, but because of the combat system, you don't really worry too much. Now, besides the combat system, I do have to mention the storyline. The storyline and the combat system, it work perfectly with each other, really well, and the story is probably one of the best I have actually ever heard. It was engaging, really engaging. This is why I put it next to the gameplay, because the storyline pushes you forward with the gameplay. Both complement each other perfectly, and I really mean it. The story of this game has been fleshed out to a T. I would like to highlight one particular item which I truly found amazing. There is basically a embassy comrade who you find out is gay. Now, this world has quite a dim view of those who are gay, and the story and how it tells this character and how he feels he fits in and how he feels he fits in the world was done beautifully. It really brought, I won't say a tear to it really brought the emotions out of you. It has been done perfectly. I keep saying perfect, but it has been. The story here is probably one of the best I've heard of, and is definitely equal to those of the old school BioWare stories. This will keep you developed into these characters. You will feel a connection with them, and I do recommend you even look at this game just to hear the story. So what about the graphics? These hand-drawn aesthetics are distinct, visionary and very powerful, though maybe a little too subtle for some people's taste. I found this a fantastic visual feast. I like the style of this cartoonish style. It worked perfectly, and the storyboard cutscenes really did help engage you into it. Honestly, the actual visuals here are beautiful, and when the combat system was going fully at it, I never saw a glitch, I never saw any freezing. The system worked perfectly and beautifully. Honestly, the visuals here is brilliant. Now, I don't know if it's 1080p, I can't actually tell that, but it is high quality for what you get. Yes, it is 2D, yes, it is a distinct aesthetic, but I think most people will like the look of this and most people will enjoy it. And this leads me on to the music of the game. The music is just breathtaking. If you ever enjoyed opera before, you will love this. And even those who don't like the opera, honestly, it suits the game brilliantly. It's Renaissance cloak and dagger mixed in with this operatic songs that just perfectly blend with the gameplay. The best I can describe it is the actual bard in Dragon Age. It's just been perfectly tuned into the game. The sounds are deep, they're crisp, they're clear, and they are joy to listen to. There are moments I just simply pause the game and listen to the music. Honestly, the music here is fantastic. So what about the voice acting? Again, I'm blown away and stunned by the voice acting. But then again, what do you expect? This indie developer has managed to pull together some incredible heavy hitters. You have Felicia Day, Matt Mercer, Jennifer Hale, Davey Fennoy, and Ashley Birch. That is a big all-star cast for such an indie game, and it really shows. The voice acting is superb across the board, and with these sort of big heavy hitters, you can see why. It works perfectly with the game, it really helps with the storyline, and it just tops off what I can class to be a fantastic game. So what is Big Boss Battle's overall view of the game? Well, as you can tell throughout the review, I've pretty much done nothing but praise this. This was a game that came out of left field. I hadn't heard of it before, I heard nothing about it, but this is a rare gem of a game which everything about it comes together perfectly and gives players a consistent, cohesive experience. Sure, it's possible to rue the relatively short running time. It's short RPG, you're looking around 20 hours. There is a fantastic lore system here though if you want to deep digger, and you can go back and switch your skills and try different powers, so there is a large replay ability factor in there. For the price, it is a fantastic game and it is a brilliant price. I think currently at the moment it's about 12 UK pounds at about 15 US dollars for what you get, for the quality you get and the gameplay. To be honest with you, the very tiddly minor faults on this is nothing. This is a full wholeheartedly recommendation, at the very least, for you to go out and rent it if you can, or I would even buy it. This is what I would class is a must own, and from an indie developer to get this sort of quality is very, very impressive, and I cannot wait to see what this indie developer will come out with next. I am very surprised by this game. What I would say is this is a AAA rated game from an indie developer, and that is a very rare thing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the review. Please do give us a comment if you disagree or you agree with what's been said here, and give it a like up or a thumbs down depending on what your view is. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I hope to see you again soon.